Hello everybody and welcome to another Guitar Union video. Today's topic is going to be the key of A flat, and I started doing this one key per video series, and we've been through 3 of them. This is the 4th one. Actually not going in any particular order, just making each one a video about that key, and the whole point is for you to watch it, become familiar with it, and just kind of absorb it so that you spend enough time with it, and then take some of the things that you've done with the key of A flat so that you can get to know it. It can just be another thing that like in a rote kind of way, just without a lot of times certain keys on guitar, certain things are known just in relationship to something else that you know better, and the point of this video series is to know it in an absolute fashion because it's A flat, not for any other reason, but because it is what it is. It's not, Joe's brother. It's Joe's brother's got a name, and you might be better friends with Joe, but at some point, you got to get to know Steve, his brother. It's not just Joe's little brother or whatever. That's just a separate example. And there's a ton of examples. In this case, we want to get to know A flat. So what is A flat? A flat is the spelling A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. Why these flats? Well, in order to produce an A flat major scale, we have to go A flat, B flat, C, which is whole step, D flat. So no matter what, the major scale is produced in the same way with whole steps and half steps. It's the scale construction. It's the it's the way that scale is produced. G, oops, and we've run out of room, but we got to the G, so this would also be a G right here, and then that means that this would be an F. So this whole, half, whole, half produces the A flat major scale. So, whatever is on this string would then be moved over here. And if this is F, this is B flat. We're building our fourths here: B flat, E flat, A flat, and C. This is the sixth of this is the F is the sixth of A flat. So an F minor is the sixth of A flat, and it's relative minor. So the only open string that is involved in A flat is G. So we see here, if we move these aside, we know the A chord to be right here. The A flat chord is actually right there. So if you play the A flat chord and just avoiding these strings, or coming down and playing that A flat, or skipping over a string and doing that, we have an A flat in the first position right there. So building on the rest of the scale is pretty easy here. We've got our C, D, E, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C, and then F, G. Copy all this: A flat, B flat, C, and once you start doing this a few times, it's pretty fundamental, knowing the entire fretboard. Once you've done it with a few scales, then they're they share symmetry in their shape. D flat, G, A flat, B flat, C, and D flat. Ta-da! We have everything here. So, as I've done in all my other scale videos, I like to point out, how the 6, the 2, and the 3 all have, notes that are all in the same fret. And if I copy all this over here, so when we eliminate these here, these are 3 minor chords, the F minor, the B flat minor, and the C minor. And then that's the 2, 3, and 6 chords. And then here we have the 1, 4, and 5 chords all within those systems right there. So I keep urging people to really pay attention to what your 2, 3, and 6 chords are in a minor or in a major key, for the sake of knowing the fretboard, because those have their kind of key points to knowing the whole fretboard there. Let's see if we can make a change here. Getting a little obnoxious with the bright color changes. So knowing those kind of keys us in on these shapes right here. And they are also, oops, don't want to bring the color back. Not right now. So they're also the foundation of the main position, or one of the primary positions of the pentatonic scale, as you can see right there. So the A flat is just 1 lower than A, 1 above G, and so we can kind of see the G pattern emerge here. Oops, that wasn't the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do. See that? We got the G shape right here. And then if we slide this over, bring this up, E flat, A flat, C, E flat, and A flat, we have the E position, caged, A flat, E flat, A flat, and C. There's D, and this takes us back to the C position, which would be A flat, C, and then finally the A position, which would be kind of a duplicate of what we see here, with the E being over there. So we have C, A, G, E, D, caged, when it comes to these notes in A flat. So yeah, I mean, A flat is going to be a less common key. As you can see, we have no open strings except for the G, and that really, does not help us very much to produce chords. Everything is going to be either bar chords or some sort of movable shape. That is, of course, if you're not playing with the capo, A flat would be the key, to put a capo on the first fret and then play what looks like G, C, and D. So if you're going to capo this fret right here, you've got your G, and then, if you were to play what looks like a C chord, you're going to be playing the D flat chord. And then if you play what looks like the D chord, you're going to be playing the E flat chord right here. So taking a look at that, capoing the first fret, would be an option for playing the key of A flat, where it looks like G. If you're good with the G, C, and D chords, there they are. And then, of course, you would have your 2 chord, your B flat minor, and then I've run out of room here, but I'll delete that, and then you would have your F minor right here. So everything, if you capo the first fret, you're basically playing in the key of G, and if you know the key of G, you've got G, C, and D as open chords, A minor and E minor, all common chords in the key. One other thing that I've done with most of these key videos that we've done so far is take a look at how we have our shapes, our E flat major like this, like that, and our three notes per string. These are the main 3 notes, 3-string, high 3-string chords here, because one of them, the root, is on the high string. One of them, the root, is on the middle string. That's where you get the D shape from. One of them, the root, is on the G string. So here we have a root 3rd 5th. We have a 5th root 3rd, and a 3rd 5th root. So these shapes are going to take place for the other major chords in the key, the A flat and the D flat. This one's for the E flat. So take these, and if you watch some of the other videos and the other keys and use some of the examples of those to play stuff in the key of A flat, and do more research on the key of A flat if you really want to get to know it. I recommend printing out some guitar grid sheets and writing them down, or if you have access to computer graphics and moving dots around like I'm doing here, then that's a good way to visualize this stuff. Okay, that's it for now. That's the key of A flat. I hope you enjoy it. We will see you at the next video. I really appreciate it. Leave me some comments and take care. Have a good night.